Now, Harambee Stars will face Comoros on Wednesday here in Nairobi in an AFCON 2021 qualifier. Harambee Stars are in Group G along with Egypt and Togo. The team, now coached by Jacob Gosmule, underwent COVID tests as well as an appraisal of the football rules over the past week. Well, Vihiga United beat Kisumu All-Stars in the relegation promotion playoff to complete the 18-team lineup for the Kenyan Premier League. But the start date for the new season remains up in doubt. Football Kenya Federation have earmarked the season to start on November 20, but questions abound after the government suspended all political gatherings and rallies for 60 days as the country enforced new measures to combat the spread of COVID-19, which has surged since last month. The new directive comes on the back of Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed's announcement a month ago that all contact sports, including football and basketball, will remain closed while non-contact sporting activities will reopen immediately. Question is, what does the future hold for the Kenyan game in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic? To discuss this are journalists Michael Mukusiawere and Seth Onserio, who are joining me via Zoom. Gentlemen, karibu sana.
Asante sana, Toskin.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you guys had a very good night last night. Of course, Arsenal being taught a lesson by Aston Villa. Of course, Real Madrid also falling away to Valencia. Maybe I start with you, Seth. Did I see you pulling on an Arsenal jersey some time back?
You know, we're talking about a team that defeated reigning champions 7-2. Yeah, we are talking about a team that played as if there is something that has been injected in them. I mean, we're talking about a team that was playing against a team that was tired. I'm talking about Arsenal. You know, we were still celebrating after defeating Manchester United. Yes, for the first time since 2006. So I think we over-partied and party took all on us, and we ended up losing. Anyway, Aston Villa played a very nice game, a very good game. They were pressing. Arsenal did not turn up, unfortunately.
Yes, Arsenal, they are being taught a lesson. Of course, Michael, as a commentator, you must have also been following Real Madrid, AC Milan. What did you make of especially the Real Madrid thrashing by Valencia 4-1?
Real Madrid has been somehow inconsistent in a match.
Have we lost you, Michael? Yes, we give us a few seconds to work on your sound there. But
they're very unpredictable.
Okay,
but
he's back.
Yes.
Yeah, that is Michael Were Mukusia. He's a commentator, and of course we have Seth Onserio. Gentlemen, I would like us to talk about Harambee Stars and then the Kenyan Premier League at length. Of course, Harambee Stars playing against Comoros on Wednesday. They have a new coach in Jacob Gosmule. There is COVID, there is everything. I don't know. What do you think? Do you expect a full squad for Harambee Stars, Seth?
Well, for Harambee Stars, it will not be full squad, unfortunately. Recent news, we have lead striker Michael Olunga will not be available, same as Captain Victor Wanyama, owing to COVID-19. And remember, for example, Olunga has been key for Kenya in the past matches. He's our only consistent striker. And it's going to be a blow because it means that Gosmule will have to experiment with other strikers. We have seen the likes of Juma being given a chance to impress, but he doesn't. And then also the likes of Omala. This is the first time he's coming to the national team. And then we have Oscar. I think my bet will be on Oscar Omalo. We saw what he could do in the Sekafa 2019. He played well, scoring 4 goals in the process. He is hungry. So I think maybe this might be his chance to show what he's capable of doing. And then Captain Victor Wanyama, there's no much problem there because we have midfielders who can fill the void left by the Impact Montreal player. The likes of Teddy, yes. Teddy Akumu against Zambia looked shaky, but I think something can be worked out against Comoros, because if he's given a chance, if confidence is installed in him, I think the Kaiser Chiefs player actually can impress and help us get a win on Wednesday against Comoros.
Michael, what do you think about the Harambee Stars preparations, and how crucial is this game against Comoros on Wednesday?
Well, Toskin, these guys are playing at home, and the mere fact that they've got a very experienced technical bench, talking about Jacob Gosmley, Muhideen and Odhiambo, Muluya, these are people who can really work out and ensure that Harambee Stars actually registers a win here at home, and maybe when they travel out of the country, trying as much as possible, playing against all those tough teams, it's a clear indication that with the good preparation, of which I'm sure they've been given an opportunity to prepare adequately before Wednesday. So talking about a number of players that have been given opportunity, I believe most of them are here to prove something. And by the mere fact that most of them have also been given a first-time call-up for the national team, is a clear indication that Gosmley, with the entire technical bench, they'll be approaching this game cautiously, bearing in mind that they are at home. They actually need to register a win, because it's do or die for them against Comoros before they face again the other team, I think, is Togo.
Of course, Comoros are heading that table, having played 2 matches. Egypt are in third, Harambee Stars in second place. Of course, Seth, Comoros are is not a pushover team. Remember when they played against Harambee Stars here in Nairobi, they really gave us a scare, but then we prevailed in that game, beating them and also holding them to a draw away from home. Do you think this COVID-19 could affect the rhythm of the national team, and maybe looking back at the game against Zambia, which they won 2-1? Do you think they have the kind of rhythm that should help them on Wednesday?
Well, for Kenya, I can say it's a yes and a no. Starting with a yes, there is that hunger. We saw it happening against Zambia. I remember I was at Nyayo Stadium, and the boys tried to push themselves. They tried to show that, yes, we are thirsty, we want to play this game. But reaching the 70th, 60th minute, I think that how can I call it? They started they tired out. The way they were playing the legs, I mean, we could see that. And then also looking at the squad that has been called, we have the international foreign-based players who are coming in, and we understand that the leagues have been going on. So I think the coming of the foreign-based players might also push Kenya to give their best, and considering that clubs have been training as compared to the last time when we faced Zambia. So the last few weeks actually will be beneficial for the team, in that players will get their breath back, they'll get their fitness back, and I'm expecting actually better fitness levels as compared to the last time. And then looking at Comoros, there you put it. Actually, I was looking at their squad. Most of their players are foreign-based, and also looking at their striker, the guy, for example, like El Fadou, Ben Mohamed, you know how troublesome, how harmful that guy can be. And then we cannot underrate them. I remember they went to Togo, and then they managed to get maximum points from Togo. And then they played the Pharaohs at home. They managed to get 1 point, and actually a clean sheet. So it means that it's a side that knows what to do. Yes, exactly. It might look like a tiny country, islanders, but they're a better team which we should also play cautiously against.
Yes. Harambee Stars on Wednesday will be taking on Comoros in the African Cup of Nations qualifier. But now I would like us to turn our attention to the Kenyan Premier League, where several teams have been in the transfer market, signing new players. We've seen right from FC Leopards to to, that is Bidco, the newcomers, and also Nairobi City Stars, the newcomers. They have signed quite a number of players. I would like to ask this gentleman your quick assessment, overall assessment, Michael Mukusi, about the transfer window in the Kenyan Premier League.
Well, it has been a hectic one. You've seen a mass exodus in a number of teams. Talk about Gor Mahia, AFC Leopards. Talk about 13 players or 14, 15 players exiting the club. And also they are trying as much as possible. They brought in a number of them. So it hasn't been an easy task for a number of clubs, bearing in mind that there's also the issue of money. And let us wait and see how things are going to turn out, bearing in mind also Gor Mahia, they're supposed to be representing the country at the continental levels, and they need an adequate preparation for them to meet their equals at the international level. But talking about again the league itself is not going to be easy, because there are some new players that have been brought in. Talking about FC Leopards, they brought a number of players. One of them, I think, is from Tunisia, and also Gor Mahia, they brought in Tito Kelo from Uganda. Wazito FC as well, they've managed at least to rope in some players from different clubs just within the country. So I believe it's within a given period of time, if at all we are going to be lucky and see the resumption of the Bet King Premier League this month, I want to believe the teams actually will perform to the expectations.
Yes. Talking about expectation, of course, sorry, Gor Mahia today will be awaiting the draw in Cairo for the CAF Champions League. Who do you expect maybe Gor Mahia would land, and which team from which region would you wish that Gor Mahia lands maybe an opponent?
Of course, talk about North Africa and West Africa. That one for sure, you'll never miss one or two teams from those regions.
What is your wish, Seth? Would you wish that Gor Mahia gets a North African challenge, or West African, or even just from East Africa?
Well, I don't think being a preliminary round, I don't think we'll get maybe one from North Africa. I think, yes, West is a probability, there's a possibility, but it can also come from Central Africa or Southern Africa. So I'm expecting one from Southern Africa. North Africa, Mambele Mbele.
Now, talking about transfers, of course, Gor Mahia being the champions, and they were very busy also in the transfer market. They lost quite a number of players, one of them being Lawrence Juma, unexpectedly leaving Gor Mahia for Sofapaka. What happened?
Okay. Actually, I did not see Lawrence Juma leaving. It was something that I was not expecting. Why? Because he has been the combative midfielder that Gor Mahia have been, actually who has been key for Gor Mahia. Last season, we could see what he could do for the club at club level and international level. But it seems that Sofapaka somehow managed to convince him to join them. And he's not the only player that actually I'm concerned that he left Gor Mahia. We have the likes of David Mapigano. Yes, we know that he has been inconsistent, but his command at the back was what Gor Mahia needed. Gor Mahia have not been stable, actually last season, and you have not been stable, and then you end up losing your key goalkeeper, Mapigano. You end up losing your key defender, Josh Onyango, the one actually who has been consistent for the team the last 3 seasons. And then you end up also losing one of your best performing winger in Boniface Omondi. And not only that, you again let your other 2 goalkeepers leave. And then you go to the market and bring in 17 new players, and you want to call yourself a serious team that wants to do well, to perform well in the CAF Champions League. I think, in a way, Gor Mahia, yes, they have brought in players with potential, but it will take time for them actually to gel. Yes, it will take time to them, and by the time they play the CAF Champions League, I think it will be too soon for them. We might see them struggling, actually.
Okay, we are taking a short break, and when we come back, I'll be talking to Michael Were Mukusia to talk to us about Gor Mahia, to talk to us about Gor Mahia's 17 new signings. This has never happened in the last 5 years for Gor Mahia, but this time round, they went all out and brought 17 players. Don't go away.